South Asia. We will be starting the event in a 3 moments from now. This is going to go on Facebook Live. So may I request you, ladies and gentlemen, to either switch off your mobile or put them in the silent mode so that the recording is not disturbed. Thanks very much for your cooperation. This is one of those rare events where we celebrate diversity in unity kind of thing. As you gentlemen and ladies know, the Foreign Correspondents Club is possibly one of the oldest in the subcontinent. It was set up in 1958. This is our 61st anniversary. We now have about 950 members, and whenever new bureau chiefs and new correspondents arrive, we have a get-together like this so that existing members get to meet them and talk to them and get to know them. We also use the same occasion to bid farewell to colleagues and friends who have been in the profession for a long time. They're going back to their country or calling it a day in in their respective offices. So we have in the category of bureau chiefs who have just arrived in India, we have the lady from Germany, civil list, and we have a friend from Japan, Shoko Mine, and the Chinese gentleman, he is at the moment at the India International Center listening to Gautam Bambawala's lecture on India-China relations after Doklam and Wuhan. He will join us in a little bit of time. So let us start the event. May I request PM Narayanan, who is our treasurer and also the works for the German television, to introduce civil list.
Thank you, Venkat. Thank you, Venkat. Welcome to this program. All of you. Indeed, it's a privilege for me to welcome my Chief of Bureau, Sibille. Sibille joined our office in the 1st of January, and she has been in Leipzig, our headquarters. It's called MDR, and she was there, and now he's replacing Marcus Speaker, and some of you know him, and now she's going to be here for next 5 years, and we, as you know, cover the whole of South Asia, like India and Afghanistan, Pakistan, Sri Lanka, and all places. And this is a brief introduction, and rest we will get to know her more in conversation.
After the introductions are over, we will get each one of them to say something. May I now request Munish to introduce Kitty. They have known each other for something like 40 years or something. Munish.
None of us are that old.
When in school or something, both are debut.
No, we've known each other as family friends, and first of all, it's a pleasure to have all of you here. Thank you for coming to the Foreign Correspondents Club. And friend, as I would call Kitty. Kitty is a friend, and she's been the longest serving press team head at the British High Commission in Delhi, where she helps support effective delivery and management of the India Communication Network. She has had extensive experience of dealing with the Indian and international media. I hope you love it. Work has included strategic media planning, media management, reporting, firefighting, crisis handling, contingency planning, media training and development, internal communications and public affairs at large. A mentoring role sometimes extended to colleagues from neighboring countries such as Nepal, Sri Lanka, Pakistan, Bangladesh and London also. I like that. In her role as spokesperson for day-to-day inquiries from the media, she dealt with a variety of issues and situations. These at times also covered those related to other UK government organisations such as DFID, which is the aid arm of the UK government, British Council, Visit Britain and others. And earlier Times of India's Tint provided solid grounding to help understand the media's expectations and motivations. And that's what we have in common. Kitty launched the first ever BHC website in 1998, being one of the earliest missions in Delhi to do so. From the early days of publishing 4 regular hard copy magazines, the team now maintains 4 and more digital channels. She's had experience of media management for countless VIP, royal, ministerial visits, besides several challenging and exciting events. A BHC Bravery in the Face of Journalism award came her way as appreciation. Congratulations for work during the 2013 longest ever India visit of the Wales. She is also a green evangelist, a design enthusiast and a Purani Dilli Wali. For people who come to Delhi, and let me tell you both that you start with Delhi from old Delhi. That's where Delhi started. And then this new Delhi is given to us by the High Commission, the UK High Commission. And but she belongs to Delhi and so do I. And that's where our families go back to. And anybody who hasn't seen old Delhi doesn't know Delhi. So please do go and visit. She's had the opportunity of working with 7 British High Commissioners. Has the Queen, oh okay, the Queen must have had more High Commissioners with you, right?
Queen, my God, that will need some research.
Yes. And 10 heads of department. Kitty is a very special friend. She knows the media, she's been a part of the media. She's been around with us for a very long time, and I've had the special pleasure and privilege of knowing her as a family friend. So Kitty, I don't think you're here to retire. I think you're here to stay.
Thank you. I was waiting for someone to say that.
No, you please must stay. And must stay with the Foreign Correspondents Club.
Absolutely.
And that we will make it an issue with you. Now you have to come and help us.
Please do.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
May I now introduce our friend from Japan, Mr. Sho Komine. I got the pronunciation right?
Right.
Yeah, okay. He's the South Asia Bureau Chief of the Yomiuri Shimbun, one of the largest circulated and highly respected newspapers in Japan. And he has been associated with the Yomiuri Shimbun for the last 10 years. He started his career at Kanazawa branch, Ishikawa Prefecture, north of Japan. After completing 5 years, he was assigned to the International Department and a City News Department at Tokyo head office. During his tenure so far, he covered politics, social news and international relations for his newspaper. Currently, he is working in New Delhi as South Asia Bureau Chief and is looking after India, Bangladesh, Pakistan, Nepal, Bhutan, Sri Lanka and Maldives. That's why we call this club Foreign Correspondents Club of South Asia. Now, may I request each one of them to say something about themselves and what their plans are while they are going to be working in India. May I request Sibyl first to speak.
Yes, thank you. Yeah, I'm a journalist for many years, since many years. I started in the 80s, in the middle of the 80s, in the mid-80s. And I worked for newspapers, for radio, and at least for a TV station as a reporter. And I was responsible for news teams and at least I was working as a planner for the Tagesschau as well. Tagesschau was one of the known or well-known news edition for Germany. Yeah, and I came here, as Narayan said, in January, and I must apologize because I signed a contract for 3 years.
Glad to be here.
Okay. I can extend it for 2 more years, but I said this 3 years. And yeah, we are responsible, or we want to cover up stories for a lot of countries. As my colleague from Japan, we want to cover up stories of Bhutan, Nepal, and Sri Lanka, Afghanistan, and many other countries as well. And it is quite a challenge because we get to inform about all that countries, the political issues, cultural issues, and whatever is going on there, so we have to face that. So we are working for the first TV television stations in Germany, and it's quite a challenge because in case we have some news like yesterday or in the last 2 days, we are quite busy. We are all day till night, and that is what we are going to do at the moment.
May I request, now could you tell us about what our life has been like in the British High Commission working with the 7 High Commissioners, and what our future plans are? Kitty.
Thank you, Dr. Naresh, for the warm welcome and for organizing this today. Regrets on behalf of the High Commissioner, who, there's something a little more newsy happening today. So, actually, it's given me a peek also after so many years. I think the events of the last couple of days, how rapidly diplomacy has made things happen. And I still have the journalist in me, and I don't have to tell you, like in the British environment, they say you don't teach granny to suck eggs. So I'm still the journalist, and I'm watching diplomacy at work, and it's absolutely fascinating how things have happened in the last 2-3 days. And I don't think there have been opportunities over the last 20 plus years that I've seen that have resulted in such immediate results as I have in the last 3 days. And over time, if I may mention other crises that I've had to face, which, I do it more in the nature of sharing with colleagues here today, who made that special effort to be here, is Mumbai. And again, it was the journalist in me, which also as call of duty on behalf of the British High Commission, 26th November, I was asked to get onto a plane at 50-minute notice on the 27th morning, and I was on an empty plane to help the British High Commissioner do his job in Mumbai. And at a great risk to my own life, because they said there were terrorists on the prowl outside the airport in Mumbai. And when we were in front of the Taj Hotel, it felt really surreal because, you could see the shrapnel coming, and we could have been, hit, So, people might have this image of, at least they used to, when I got into the business, of a cushy embassy job. Now, some of the missions which are busy, and I know, Sanjay, we've done a lot of running around together across country, and we know how taxing it can be, especially when you're chasing lawyers. So, there's a wide spectrum which ranges from, say, crises like Mumbai, or it's intense consular cases, or it's, an issue like Indo-Pak relations, or it's even something like, let me share with you, for instance, Gordon Brown when he was the Prime Minister, and he came visiting. Can anyone remember and tell me what happened to that visit when he came shortly after 2008? It got totally hijacked. Can you recall, Sanjay? So, here you are preparing, as a bureaucrat, all the fine paperwork and all the fine planning, and just as he lands in Bangalore, and he's doing all his formal meetings, and shortly after, the entire visit gets hijacked by at least 80%. Like, could you have ever imagined something to do with Big Brother? Shilpa Shetty took over his entire visit. So, as a press officer, you have to actually think on your feet. You never quite know. Your entire planning of a couple of months or sometimes it's 48 hours. When Tony Blair as Prime Minister landed, again, following a crisis, I had to do the media management in a matter of, like 1.5 days. And then, of course, we joked with the High Commission. We said, well, perhaps sometimes it's better to have less time to organize these things because Prime Minister Vajpayee was at the helm at that time. And I remember being superbly impressed by the Indian ministry system who laid on perfect at 7 Racecourse Road. Monica Mota was the officer on special duty, now ambassador. And I was so impressed by the way the Indian system works. So it's possible sometimes to do these things in a matter of 48 hours as well. So I think what I'm trying to communicate to you is that diversity which a job like this can bring about. But with a tinge of regret, I have to say now things are, the pattern of such engagement is kind of metamorphosing into campaign mode, at least in my setup now. So I'm having to see my whole department, which I've nurtured over 2 decades, sort of move into campaign mode, and somebody like me might not just exist now in the near future. So I have a diplomat called Nick Duvivan, who's going to take over from me. So he's part head of campaigns and part deputy head, which was my role. And so you see the business of diplomacy undergoing a bit of a change as well, across the missions. And you see with the advent of social media, how the engagement now is more innovative. And diplomats these days have to be, they have to be on the ball. And for example, we had a minister in today as well, Minister Mark Field. So the moment you land, you speak into a camera and you tell the world about what your agenda is. So, it's on the ball, you communicate instantly, and you instantly get responses from the whole world. If we make mistakes, then, you're trolled endlessly. And we've had those kind of experiences as well, but again, when you're in this business, you have to learn how to handle those issues as well, I don't know how many here would remember, there was a time when Amjad Ali, it contains something like, a visa refusal to just sort of, go into a spiral. So there was Amjad Ali Khan, who thanks to one tweet, sent all of us into a tizzy. And there I was on a Friday evening with nobody in the office, bombarded with phone calls. What's happening? You guys have refused a visa to Amjad Ali Khan. How could you do that? And who bore the brunt of it? It was me in the office on Friday evening. And of course, then you try to, make the best of things. And, so what I'm trying to say is that social media has its own pressures now. And it's still a learning process on how a lot of that agenda is actually dictated by you all sitting here. And I'm grateful for all the cooperation that the High Commission has received over the years from everybody. Thank you, Venkat. Is there something more that you were looking for?
Kitty, I remember meeting Her Majesty the Queen and Prince Charles on separate occasions with the High Commissioner's residence. And I was struck by Her Majesty, such delicate hands she had. And
You're talking about 1997?
That's right. And if you met her on a bus in London, you wouldn't really think that she was the Queen of England, So tell us something about how you handled those 2 visits. I think then later Diana came on her own and went to the Taj Mahal and posed all we have self and all that.
So she did not come on her own.
She came alone on one trip.
No, so she did not come alone, actually. I have to correct that.
Ah.
It's the way the program went.
Oh, okay.
They arrived together And if I may share with you, so, you know, I used to edit a magazine called Britain Today, but this is all going online. But never mind, never mind. Okay. So, you know, we used to work very assiduously on getting the right cover for the magazine because a whole lot of Indian journalist friends would get those magazines, they were written. And we were trying to time this magazine with the arrival of the Prince and Princess of Wales. And I am trying so hard to get the right cover picture of the couple. I just failed, you know, I wouldn't get a good picture from London. And finally, you know, we had to make do last minute deadlines at the press and all. So we had this cover with, you know, Prince of Wales and the Princess of Wales, separate pictures like this. And so they did that tour in 1992. And when they went back, it was shortly then, you know, there was a public announcement about the separation. And so I kind of laughed with my colleagues and I said, well, our cover was fortuitous. It wasn't meant to be, but that's how it turned out. But so, to answer your question, Venkat, they came together as a couple, and it just so happened that the program, the way it was devised, he was away in Hyderabad for a business lecture, and that's the time her program took her to the Taj Mahal, where incidentally I was present. And to make it a little more interesting for you, I was there when the son and the wife were there in 2016 as well. So I think I was the only one in the entire network who'd seen both visits. Yeah. So, yeah.
Majesty, you remember anything interesting about her visit to India?
So 1997, I think what I'd like to share with you is that the immense color that the Punjab visit held up. There was tremendous color, you know, and I know some of the Indian media sort of tried to play up the little remark that she made, but I think there was a lot of color from what you know, that's the first thing that comes to mind. And apart from that, it's all the stately. Delhi always has the stately, you know, appointments and so on like the Queen. Yeah.
No, because of India's
And the Jallianwala trip. I
yes.
thought the symbolism of her standing in front of the Jallianwala Bagh was immense. Yeah.
A lot of people were expecting her to apologize for the Jallianwala Bagh thing, and it didn't happen. Of course, that's a different thing. You know, India's connection with Britain for 100 years, East India Company, this and the other. So does working for the British High Commission give any kind of special status or stature or whatever for people working in the High Commission, people who are on the staff?
So, you know, when I joined, I used to hear about the good old days. And I'm sure in about 5-10 years, I could be talking about good old days to somebody else. But I think part of the good old days also involved getting citizenship for somebody who'd worked there like 15 years or so. That's what I used to hear. But I haven't heard about it. I have no idea. But I think the Americans continued that until very recently. And I know that a kind of counterpart did take that up about 10 years ago. But apart from, no, there's nothing really. I mean, one is what is referred to as locally engaged staff, LE staff. And that's it really. The terms and conditions are different. That's how it is.
Our friend with the show Komine has gone to attend to a phone call from his office in Tokyo. I think the conversation seems to be going on. Our friend from China must be studying the Indian International Center of Traffic. So let us, you know, at the moment, get on with it. And I ask Monish to propose a vote of thanks. And, you know, we go and have pakoras and whatever. And the bar is open, you can buy your drinks. And when these two guys come back, then maybe we'll try to resume it or whatever. Thanks.
David, once you go to the God, you don't come back.
Doesn't matter.
Can Sanjay go and ask Comeen, if he wants to, if he's ready to come back with the next few remarks? But anyway, time is getting on. It's 8:20, and first of all, thank you to both the ladies for being here.
Share one more experience that I remember actually, and it relates to the FCC actually. This experience is, we have a lot of scholarship programs within the British High Commission. So one of our scholars, who is one of the leading foreign affairs correspondents now, wrote a book after the scholarship that he called. It used to be called the Wolfson Scholarship. And there was K. Nashwar Singh, who was the foreign minister at that time, and he launched his book, so that memory always comes to me when I come to the foreign correspondence club, and it's a very pleasant memory. So, FCC has hosted many interesting events related to us. Thank you for that.
Well, our manager has gone to ask Mr. Shokomine if he wants to come back and make a few remarks. I'm sure that, as both of you mentioned, the last 3 days have been hectic, to say the least, in India, with what's going on. Welcome, Mr. Comeen, back, please.
Please come.
As I explained, he was attending the call from Tokyo. He's back with us. We invite you to say something about your work in India, how you're coping with life, and what your plans are while you're working in India, in South Asia. Mr. Shokomine, please.
Hello, I'm Sho Komine, New Delhi Bureau Chief of Yomiuri Shimbun, the Japanese largest newspaper. I'm sorry to wait, come here. In Japan, my deadline is coming up. So, fight against terrorism. But just now, I fight against deadline. So, sorry. So, in India, I just arrived for 1 month. I enjoy daily life, and it's very comfortable. This is the second time I visit India. 11 years ago, I was a university student. I visited India on my trip. I visited Delhi, Old Delhi, and Jaipur, Agra, and Varanasi. So I entered Ganges River and to talk about people and stay local Indian arts. It's a very precious time for me, so I'm very happy to come to India. Very nice to meet you.
Thank you. Before I ask the Munish, I just want to make a couple of announcements. On the 5th of March, the Vice Chancellor of South Asia University will be coming, Dr. Kavita Sharma, to talk about what the university is trying to do to promote greater understanding between the South countries and all that. And on the 7th of March, a delegation of journalists is coming from Afghanistan. We will be holding a reception, to enable them to meet all of you. And I have with me a good friend and a member of the club, Kumkum Chadda. Will you kindly stand up? And she just published a very the marigold story.
You got it on your list.
Yeah, it is here with me. And the publisher has set up a little stall there And they are offering a 10% discount to people who want to buy. And while we still wait for our friend from China, let's get on with our lives. Manish, please resume. Thank you.
So thank you, Sybil, thank you, Kitty, and thank you, Sho, if I may call you by that, first thing, for being with us here today. It's great to have you meet our members from time to time. I hope now that some of you who are new, not Kitty, but some of you, both of you that are new here, will use your membership and keep visiting the Foreign Correspondents Club and keep interacting with your friends and members here. I also wish you the very best in your assignment here and in your life and what goes on more. And it's a pleasure, you know, it's heartening to see that on a Friday night when you could be out and about, a lot of you have showed up and made this a great evening. We will continue after this. Please join us at the bar and join us for some tea and snacks. And when our friend from China shows up, we'll ask him if he wants to get together and meet some of us, or we can just continue informally. But thank you again for coming, and please remember what Venkat said, that, you know, we have a slide up there. We, for the first time, instituted the Kalinga FCC Awards 2019. This is the first such year that we've done it. It actually comes as a part of our 60th anniversary celebration, that we are encouraging foreign journalists to participate in an awards sort of that we've started to honor those people who cover South Asia and honor their excellence in coverage of South Asia. So all of you who are foreign correspondents, please send in your entries, whether they are for online media coverage and radio, television, print. We welcome that. Venkat and the committee have set up a nice panel of jury, and we'll be nice to you. We'll make sure that we look at everything that you submit very carefully. And this will be the first edition of the awards, and we have actually signed an MOU with the promoter and Professor Achyuta Samant of KID to carry this on for the next 5 years. So this is another big step that the FCC has taken in its new avatar. And I can tell you as a member of the committee that we wouldn't be where we are today in terms of the new club, the new vision of the club, the new appearance of the club, the new spirit of the club, had it not been for Venkat taking up the mantle. So I'd like to take this opportunity to thank him once again on behalf of And I will close by saying that all of our members, whether they are foreign correspondent members, journalist associate members who belong to the domestic media, our corporate members, general associate members, have become a very big and important and vibrant part of the social fabric of this club, of the journalistic fabric of this club, and comes in a late member to join us now at the fag end of this, Sonia Sarkar from UNICEF. Welcome. So we are privileged today that we draw members from the diplomatic community, from multilateral organizations. That's the new spirit of the club. We have also had convinced Geo, which is the Reliance Group, to set up a proper high-speed terminal here so that we get access to good, not only telephone service here, cell phone coverage, but we are probably the only place in town where if you want, we can shoot a live signal in 4K or HD format from here to, if you need the footage from one of the press conferences happening here. In the last year, we've had foreign ministers, dignitaries come here and address the members of the media. We've had the Miss World here, we've had UNICEF chiefs here, we've had UNEP chief here. We've launched social landmark movies from this club. So it's become a great place. And as we end our term, we'd like all this to continue with whoever comes in next, and we'll be sure to pass on the baton. Please come here, the food is great. I can tell you that, I carry food here home from the club, so that if that be any testament or endorsement, enjoy it for both of you. You can be safe when you eat here. So we keep the kitchen very clean. We are one of those rare places in town that has every license that you could think of that a kitchen, restaurant, bar and a club needs. That has been a big achievement of this club. We've never had those licenses. And last but not the least, we are sprucing up the club. We are very happy that we joined hands with some select other clubs that saw the fact that we are in a very great location and we have a great membership. And we keep our membership small. We have not tried to expand at the waist, so to say, by drawing in too many members. I mean, we get a lot of requests, but we've kept the membership to those people who really can use this club for great benefit to themselves and for the rest of the members. And it's still a foreign correspondence club. It carries that spirit, and I think if all goes well and if it continues the way we have done it in the last 3 years, then we should feature among the top foreign correspondence clubs in the world, and that is a great achievement. Thank you. So please join us. We carry this conversation.
Friends, Kitty has brought some books for the FCC library from the British High Commission. Please tell us about your books and what is it?
So this is a commemorative volume to do with the World War I centenary that was celebrated from 2014 to 2018. So it's been brought out in conjunction with the USI, so there are very limited copies of it, but I thought today was special and the FCC is even more special.
Well,
So,
thank you.
a copy
Take
for-
out one and show it.
And I have the pleasure of giving.
Stay where you are. I'll make my hats up now. Thank you very much.
Welcome.
Venkat, as a token of appreciation, you can just hand over the.
Yes.
No, but before that, we'd welcome if you can give us such good tokens from Japan and from Germany too.
Manish, you want to take it, please?
Yes.
Thank you.
Commemorates our 60th anniversary.
Thank you so much.
Thanks very much, friends. Please join us for snacks, and the bar is open. You can buy your drinks.